are really critical factors that are shaping decision making for how we think about new facilities, how we think about upgrades, and how we think about these future investments. So with that, sorry, I had a little cut there. So I think with that, let me thank you again for the opportunity to share our thoughts with you. And we look forward. I'd like to again thank all of you for your contributions to this effort. And we look forward to our future interaction over the coming months to complete this activity. So Mr. Chairman and President, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, James Steve. It's not possible to contact with the Minister of Agriculture of Ivory Coast. In any case, we appreciate his interest to join us. Let me just to have one question to Merca Madrid via chat I have, but I think it's important that different speeches today has been done. En primer lugar, Madrid básicamente lo que ha hablado es que no se puede fallar.
Basically, what Madrid said is that the wholesale markets cannot fail to provide food to societies, and the wholesale markets have really supported the survival of urban communities like in Madrid. And we've also heard about sustainability, globalization, and innovation. As for Mexico and the FLAMA organization, Arturo Fernandez has focused a lot on innovation as an important element in the post-pandemic stage. And to me, it was quite shocking and meaning worrying that the threats that existed and that were projected to arrive after 10 years, in a decade, have been accelerated, and they have become reality 10 years earlier. So that means that every region has a different situation, has different threats, also in the post-COVID. So it's very interesting. It's been very interesting to hear what happened in the Latin American continent and in Mexico, and the solutions they have to find. And finally, according to what James said, if you allow me, Mr. President, the wholesale markets are a union. We are very happy with this speech. That is to say, strengthening the role of wholesale markets, and in order to strengthen the whole food chain. It's very interesting that FAO is considering the traditional importance of the markets and how markets can provide knowledge, skills, and human capital, talents in order to take up the challenges that we have after the COVID pandemic, because we have to guarantee the food supply. Now, I have a question to the Merca Madrid representative. That is to say, what was the increase in the operational costs? How could you cover these expenses? I believe that it's a right question, because it's clear that all the markets had to support costs, a lot of costs, regardless of the individual efforts that people have made in order to face the crisis. Yes, the measures are not for free, the interventions are not for free, and the cost was really a reason that we thought should not prevent us from acting. And so the Merca Madrid managing company took up the cost of doubling all the disinfection services. We had centralized bargaining to buy the personal protection equipment, because the various companies were working with the market had not all these PPEs, and so we had centralized negotiation in order to obtain better prices. And then we have a set of measures, and we spent about 1 million euros in order to face the crisis. The municipality of Madrid had launched a program called the PEMAN, which provided support to all the companies in order to facilitate the purchase of PPEs, and the municipality was organized also the distribution of these products. I hope I have answered a little bit. We have spent over €1.5 million as a wholesale market in Madrid. And this is going to be part of your budget, right? There's a question from the chat or from the audience. Otherwise, we'll give the floor to the chairman. I would say it in French. Two things that really impress me. The first one is that all our markets, all our wholesale markets all over the world, were able to face the pandemic. And they have together found the same solutions. We did not consult each other, and that was probably a missed opportunity. But I listened to the very interesting presentation by Berca Madrid, and I was impressed to see that we adopted the same solutions. So crisis committee, PPEs, prevention. Obviously, the same causes produce the same consequences, the same effects. And the whole of the supply chain was really able to endure the crisis. And if we're able to feed the populations during this crisis, it was thanks to the wholesale markets. As president of the World Union, I'm really proud to say that our wholesale markets, Mercamadrid, Mercabarna, Flama market, the wholesale markets, well, or the wholesale markets in Africa, they have worked extremely well. The second thing that I like to stress, and this refers to what Arturo Fernandez said in his presentation, is that the Mexican and Latin American wholesale markets are in my highest esteem, and I really have a great respect for the president of Flama. And he said that innovation is part and parcel of our action. We are not startups. We don't want innovation per se for the sake of innovation, but we really need innovation in order to adapt to the situation. And this is what we've seen in the Latin American wholesale markets, because they have really valued the human capital that is embedded in the wholesale markets. I'm very happy to see that cooperation, a close cooperation is being developed with FAO. James said it very clearly, and I believe that his work together with his team, and I know some of them, Florence Tomatiste in particular, well, their work has placed as a priority in the agenda of the international community, development banks, international organizations. They have put high in the agenda some solutions that are really working well, and they have been neglected. That is wholesale markets. We have worked really well, and we are not a part of the problem. We are a solution. and I speak in my quality as head of the Rungis market in Paris, and we have this crisis has really shown the usefulness of Rungis and the wholesale markets. It's one of the biggest markets in the world, and this is a success that we share all over the world, regardless of our geographical origin and our nationality. I'm very happy to see that the FAO is going to support us in developing our business model all over the world, and in particular in developing countries. Thank you very much. That was all I wanted to say, Mr. President, dear friends. Thank you very much. We now close the session, and we thank all the participants.
Hello. So thank you very much to everyone. So we have another roundtable that is going to start just now. So you can either stay here and you can be part of the roundtable that is fresh food logistics during the pandemic and beyond, strategies to ensure reliability, safety, and efficiency, or you can go outside to the other roundtable that is going to be about innovating for resilience in the food supply chain. So it's more about innovation, startups, and other kind of innovative solutions that we have found. So please, if you want to join the other roundtable, you have to go outside to the other to the open space there. There are tables and microphones, and you're going to be able also to speak if you want. Thank you. So I'm calling now the chairman of this session. That is our dear vice chairman, Ioannis Triantafyllis, that is going to be chairing this roundtable. And I think that the speakers that are going to make the presentation online, they are already here.